There we go. Good morning. Just gonna today might just do some refactoring, honestly. I'm just, yeah, fixing stuff. All right. That should be soon. I don't know why it's lagging. I'm just setting up the chat windows. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna see that this works. Let's see, I think that's probably a good size. Expecting this to work a lot better on my Windows machine than it does on Arch Linux. Yeah, it starts instantly. Yeah, this is cool. So I was working on the density functions and stuff, but I just feel like I'm not that inspired to do that at the moment. Maybe it will be more fun to like work on some refactoring and perhaps some feature. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I will do. But at least it works. We're in the main branch. I'm wondering why my FPS is only 50. It's very low. And I wonder if there's any speed gain to be had from like changing the numbers from F floats to like 32-bit floats to something else. This should probably live in chunks. Yeah. This should break stuff. What happened? Why does it have to install everything to check it? Or build everything to check it? I think I might run out of space on this Windows installation if it's gonna keep downloading stuff. Maybe it's just building now. I never play music on my streams. I wonder if that's a possibility. I just don't want to have anything to do with copyright issues. All right, yeah, there is one error. File not found entity types. Yeah, so this is in the library. Yeah, this needs to be moved to chunks, I think. What's that? CR. Ah, carriage return. Interesting. And then I'm guessing chunk will have to be refactored here, right? Super. What? Didn't I save it? What? Oh yeah, I removed it. What? Chunk group is using it as well. Okay. Feels like Cursor is a bit tired today. It's very slow. It doesn't give me any suggestions. Or maybe I'm just super fast. Oh, yeah. Wait, is this in main? Yeah, of course. Chunks, entity types, mesh entity. Which branch am I on? Again, main, yeah. Let's create a new branch for this. Refactoring or something, just whatever name. Push to origin refactoring. So there are like two branches we could go down to now for the performance, like for this project. One thing is the performance, like the structure of the chunks, and figuring out like, yeah, which data type is best for representing the coordinates in world space, because I haven't really figured that out. Like now it's very random at the moment. Or figuring out why, like learning why it's lagging, even though there's not that many triangles in the world right now. There's like 500,000. No, there could be more actually. Could print that. Yeah. Why is it only 50 FPS with this small of a world? There must be some performance gain. I'm not understanding enough about the inner workings of the engine to have a good idea here. I wonder if we can ask one of our AI council members for some feedback here. I want to know how many triangles we create. Wait, I don't have the Rust analyzer installed, I think. That's why a lot of things aren't working as expected. That's why it didn't warn me and say like, oh, this is this dependency doesn't work anymore, stuff like that. I still cannot go to the definition here, but soon. There we go. All right. No. Still working. Why? Okay, I'll have to do it myself. Chunk get chunk mesh. All right, I'll just do here. Let debug I actually want to know the timing of this as well. Debug start, let's do that. Let debug triangle count equals 0. Okay, install use instant. Yeah, it needs to be mutable, true. And then here let's do, because it's going to be a chunk mesh. Can we do len? Yeah, chunk mesh. Get triangles. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Debug triangle count. And then where did I think it's in chunk group that I do instant, like a timing thing as well. Start time. Start time dot elapsed is the duration. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see this. I want to like find the bottlenecks in this code. This is going to help a lot with debugging too. It doesn't clutter the output too much. This is fun. This is like more fun in a different way, but it's fun. Maybe more fun than Path of Exile. Okay, it took 181 milliseconds to create 25,000 triangles. I mean, that's not a lot. Right? So why do I only have 50 FPS here? There is something else going on. And that's a, shouldn't say that. It actually tells me in the output if it's milliseconds or whatever. I can probably do this in parallel as well. But not worth it. I mean, yeah, if we get it from 181 milliseconds to, yeah, 181 milliseconds to 10. I mean, maybe in the future, just to make it instant when you start, or like faster. And this is actually, interestingly, I think the main time it takes to do this. Yeah, I mean, it's marching cubes. So marching cubes is fast. Probably possible to make it faster. So is it all done when setup is done? Or how can I time it? All of it. I think that would be good to do. Let setup start. Yeah, how long does it take? $383 milliseconds. So yeah, that's like all of the time is in the triangle and chunk group filling. I think this can be on the same line. If else blah blah blah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, we can just do that. That's cool. Add more timing at startup. Okay, I think I want to do the performance stuff. I think that is pretty fun. So let's try to figure out why there is why it takes so long to do a frame. My baby game. I have only 50 FPS. Not quite decent gaming machine. It has 60 FPS on, plus on, Path of Exile 2 on almost max settings. It's which graphics card is it again? How do I see that? Device manager. Display adapters. Okay, RTX 4060. There are only 25K triangles rendered. They are in. Maybe it's something about this validate meshes thing. But it should be fast, because this is like, look at a boolean once, is mesh stale. And it's always false unless I dig. So this shouldn't take long. And how many... Hey man, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. Sleepy Mushroom. I remember you. Working on the open world game. Not really, I kind of stopped. What is it, like 9 months ago or something? But I'm working on something similar. I can show you. So it looks like this. Right now. So it's kind of, I want to work with the same mechanics, like creating some kind of an open world, but I've realized that making a game is it's a huge undertaking to like actually finish a game and like make gameplay mechanics and stuff. So I have a more humble goal now, which is just like, yeah, tinkering, playing around with it, having fun, just learning. And then we'll see where it goes. SDF renderer. What is an SDF renderer? Yeah, so I think this execution should be pretty fast. They are in 5x5 meshes. This is the code. Something like this. Oh, what? Ah, that's cool. SDF rendering signed distance function. The signed distance function or signed distance field is the orthogonal distance of a given point to the boundary of a set in a metric space, with the sign determined by whether or not x is in the interior. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but I don't really know what it means. Play-Doh, okay. All right, let's see what it says about the performance here. Yeah, I hope you're good. Hope you've been well and that you're well. CPU bottleneck. Okay, profiling tools. Uh, hmm, hmm. Ooh, asynchronous mesh generation. This is cool. That's definitely something I want. Create mesh from chunk logic to a background thread. Yes, this is something I will need to implement at some point. So what are you working on, Sleepy Mushroom? Do you have any projects going on at the moment? Yeah, investigate if you can reuse the vertex buffers to potentially update the existing mesh data instead of creating a new asset each time. Yeah. Maybe the problem is that I have these too many meshes. But there's 25, that's not that much. Right? Yeah, there are many potential issues here, which is fun. But at the moment, I don't know which one is the bottleneck or which ones. No, this doesn't rotate the Bevy chunk mesh, right? And I mean, when I move around, that's not when it's lagging, is it? No. Oh, a little bit, but not significantly. Yeah, let's try cargo run release once. Hmm. How do I go to cursor settings? There we go. I don't want this to automatically apply changes at all because it's too bad, unfortunately. How do I open the chat? L? Yeah. What is the... Can I just ask it? I don't think the mesh generation is a problem. Unless they are generated every frame, but it shouldn't be. Be quick. This low performance is without doing any mesh invalidation. No, it's not running. Look how stupid it is. Would this make any difference though? If I add a wrong condition here? Maybe it does. If this calls like this query and everything every time. Can try. Yeah, these are borrowed every frame. Oh, the game was started. Oh, look how fast the setup is when it's optimized. Holy crap. Went from 300 milliseconds to 10. Holy shit. Wow. That's insane. FPS is up to 60. I wonder if 60 is like a max. Nah, it's too close to 60. How can it be so fast? Holy shit. Let's check now. If I just run it, like how fast does it start? Oh yeah, I changed something. Uh, Marginally faster. Hmm. Yeah, let's do the run if then, if possible. Cargo format. Let's see for ourselves how much of a difference it makes. I can't believe how fast it became when I did release mode. Holy crap. Huh, it is slightly higher actually. It went from like 50 to 51. Is it using Ray on here? Oh yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, that might work. But I don't think that takes time either. Tracing Tracy, what is that? Well, I don't think it is well instrumented, but I don't understand at all what this is. Tracing crate. I think Gemini does a good job, but it's like overcomplicating things. It always gives the most complicated solutions. It's not like sticking to the point. No, keep it simple. Show me a very quick, easy implementation for my code. Did I give it my code? Yeah, I did. And use dev dependencies. These are not release dependencies. Hmm? This is stupid. Oh. This is cool though. I think I will need something like this. It feels like I'm slowly, I mean, this is far, far away, but like I'm slowly moving towards something like that. I just need to know I need more control. But this doesn't give me much. Like, what did I learn from this? Nothing. but I think the main performance issue is the drawing of the frames. How do I measure that? I don't see that code at the moment. I know it's 50 FPS, but I want to know why. This is stupid. It like goes off the wrong branch, like totally. In Bevy, how can I activate stuff like calling, etc.? I think my app is very inefficient at the moment. There are only triangles to be rendered, but hello, hey. Yeah, sure. So at the moment, I am working on performance, trying to optimize a bit. And it's going pretty bad. Like, yeah, I see I have 50 FPS here. I think that's way too low because last night I played Path of Exile and I had like 60 frames per second. And that's a much more graphically like intensive game. So like it must be possible to increase this by like a lot. And now I'm trying to like profile and figure out what's going on. Yeah, and good morning. I went up a bit earlier today, so yeah, right? It looks pretty cool. I went up a bit earlier today. I went up at 5:30. So I've already been going on for like 1 hour and yeah, 1 hour and 10 minutes. But it's quite hard to debug this because I don't really know. I don't have full transparency into what's going on because I'm using like someone else's system here, like combined with mine. Like I'm using Bevy to do all the like rendering and stuff. And I suspect that's where there is some bottleneck at the moment. Yeah. Productive mornings are the best. I hope you're having a productive morning as well. If you're creating or importing custom meshes, make sure each mesh has a correct AABB. Oh, built-in shapes and many asset loaders automatically compute this. But if you're generating geometry procedurally, you might need to call... Without a valid AABB, an entity might always be considered in view. Okay, this might actually help. Yeah, well, we cannot always be productive. This needs to be mutable, right? Oh, it's the chunk mesh. I need the bevy mesh. Mesh. Compute AABB. If the vertex positions are updated. Yeah. Bevy prelude mesh. Prelude mesh does not have compute ABB. How can I check if that is compute? I mean, this is a clue. This could be the reason. Could it be that I need to manually calculate ABB? It should be possible to query the mesh somehow to figure out if it has it. No way, this sounds like it's made up. Manually. No way. Bevy custom mesh compute ABB. It's calculated automatically for new meshes. Okay, so ABB is not updated. Okay, so it implements mesh AABB. So can we then, for debugging purposes, do print line mesh AABB? No, not compute, but compute. Yeah, compute AABB. What? This is an old version. 15.3. No, it's not. Showing as not available, even though need to get that trait then, I guess. Very render mesh. What's going on here? Why is this wrong? What? Okay, I'll just do debug. I don't know the syntax for this. No. Mesh ABB. I wonder though, like, does this just get? Yeah, it just returns. It doesn't set the AABB. Yeah, there is an AABB for it. But for a lot of them, there is not. Maybe because they don't have triangles. And that didn't increase the speed anyway. So they are already computed. Anyway, I need to move on. I need to stop streaming now, but yeah, I don't know. Did we do was there any progress now today? Maybe a little bit. I mean, it was fun though. To debug why FPS is so low. I don't feel like I have full control over Bevy. Like what's going on in there, I don't have insight. Should I build my own engine? Who knows? It would be a fun project for sure. Anyway, that's a subject for another time. All right, cool. That's all for now. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.